Coming to you live from the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California, and all across the world, psychic, medium, and energetic healer Sheena Metal brings you Messages from Spirit.
Hi, and welcome to Messages from Spirit, only on PARAPOD TV. I'm your host, Sheena Metal. I'm a psychic medium and an energetic healer and an interfaith minister. And I come to you live every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific time on PARAPOD TV from my home in Southern California. Here's what we do on the show every week. I'm a real psychic medium. I talk to real people, just like you, every day. They ask real questions. I work to get real messages from Spirit. We have a real conversation and hopefully get them some real answers and some real healing. That's the goal every week on the show. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can send me a text message, 818-437-0886. That's my personal cell. Nobody checks it but me. And I would love for that. That would be awesome for us to be in touch. Also, you can visit my website, sheenametalspiritual.com, and find me everywhere on social media at Sheena Metal. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and X, formerly Twitter. Some people have bailed on X. I have not. I've not bailed on anything. I'd like to talk a little bit about something before we get started. Here's what we're talking about today. Other people can have all the opinions in the world that they want. They can accuse you of anything. They can call you anything. They can dump all of their, I just put a meme up on my social media about this. They can dump all of their toxic garbage onto you. And you can't control that. There are people who just do that. They're miserable. They're unhappy. They're feeling bad about their own lives. So they decide they're going to dump everything on you. What you do have control of is how much of it you hang on to. You have the ability to release it. And you get better about that. The more you work on it, it becomes easier and easier. But even somebody like me who teaches releasing, I teach a workshop on releasing. I still have trouble sometimes releasing things. Recently, I just went through this really emotional thing where somebody just dumped on me. It was like a 3-night thing, and 2 nights were just dumpy. And I feel it. I just told my engineer, producer, Emery, before the show, I think I'm coming down with something. And I don't know if I'm actually coming down with something or if I'm just weighed down from toxicity that I didn't release. My workshop is called Please Release It, Let It Go. There's an old country song, Please Release Me, Let Me Go. My mom used to love. She used to sing that all the time in the kitchen while she cleaned in her underpants. And it's all about how you need to let go of what no longer serves you. And somebody who is deciding to have an emotional meltdown and put it all on you. Now, somebody that you're helping who's just breaking down, I have a couple of friends, 2 of my dearest friends, moms just passed within the last month, one yesterday, and also one of my dearest friends, 2 of my dearest friends, the anniversaries of their mom's passing were almost also in December. That's different. Somebody saying, I'm sad and I need you. That's one thing. But somebody just deciding all of their unhappiness is your fault, that's another thing. And you do not need to hold on to that. And especially, I'm talking to my empaths right now. You have to release what no longer serves you. Please release it. Let it go. You got to let it go, friends. It is so important. And I cannot tell you how better you will feel when you learn to release things, because our spiritual immune system affects our physiological immune system, affects our emotional immune system, So when we're not releasing one thing, we're taxing our body in so many ways. All right, release it. Let it go. That's my wisdom for you today. Don't hold on to what no longer serves you. All right? All right. And with that, let's do a message from Spirit. I'm excited. Hi.
Hi, Sheena. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Who are you and where are you coming in from, sweetie?
Oh, my name is Mindy, and I'm from Long Beach, California.
Beautiful. So close to me, you could have come here and done it in person.
Oh, that would be wonderful. One of these days, maybe.
What's your question for me, darling?
Well, my question is in regards to career. I have been a stay-at-home mom for many years now, and I'm wondering if I should continue to follow my hopeful career path or if I should possibly change direction.
No, let's follow the hopeful career path this year. This is really a year about dreams coming true. I think it's the 20th of January, which is not too far from now. I believe Pluto goes into Aquarius. I'm not an astrologer, so bear with me. And that's all about dreams coming true. It's about hard work equals the seeing your dreams come true. So I would say hang on just a little bit longer and keep pursuing what you love.
Wonderful. Thank
Does that
you.
make sense? I know it's hard. I know it's scary. I know it's hard. I know it's weird. We're so results driven and acquisition driven and money driven in this world that when things aren't coming back at us, we feel like we're failing.
Yeah. And with me being at home with my daughter and everything, I'm wondering if I'm timing out into that career and maybe should try to change, but I still feel it in my heart to go for it. So this is very helpful for me.
And I'm so glad, sweetie. Just keep going forward. Plus the time at home with your daughter's been wonderful, right? It's good.
Yes. Yes. I know it's fleeting. You know, she's 7 years old, so I'm soaking up as much as I can. She's my only one.
I love that. I was an only one too, and my mom stayed home with me, and I understand how important that is. All right, sweetie, I'm sending you so much love. It's going to be okay, right? This is your year.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Take care, Mindy. Lovely to talk to you.
Take care.
You bet, sweetheart. Yeah, this is the year. Pluto in Aquarius. I'm pretty sure, I'll look it up, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And it's really about now is the time. Now is the time for the dreams to come true. And all you have to do is believe and work hard. Work hard and believe. I'm going to check real quick. Yes, Pluto in Aquarius. So it's happening, and I believe it's happening on January 20th is when it first goes into Aquarius, which is not very far from now, 10 days from now. So that's exciting. All right. Great. Let's do another message from Spirit. I'm excited.
Hi, Sheena. This is Cheryl, and I live in Atlanta, Georgia.
Beautiful.
And my question is there anything that Justin wants to tell me?
Sure, sweetheart. Oh, baby, I feel so much sadness around that. Are you okay?
Somewhat. Somewhat.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he's telling me, that he just every time he taps into you, he feels all of this sadness, so much sadness, sweetie. He wants you to find a place to put that. Like I was talking earlier about releasing people's toxicity. Sometimes releasing your sadness is a good idea too, honey. Because I know you're trying to keep him alive.
Yes.
In your mind and heart and soul. But you're keeping the pain alive as you're trying to keep him alive. It's almost like you're still trying to have a human relationship with him, an earthbound relationship with him.
I think that's true.
I'm sorry?
I think that's true.
Right, but he's no longer earthbound.
No.
So now you have to have a spirit connection with him.
Yes.
You know, when someone's alive, our solar plexus chakra, it's located like at the end of our esophagus, right? We that's where we hold all our human soul ties. So we'll have a tie with someone, and that's good. But when they pass, sometimes we're still trying to have a solar plexus to solar plexus tie with them. Only they now no longer have a solar plexus because they don't have a body. So what we need to do is we have to allow them, because our passed on loved ones will do it, to cut that cord and reconnect the cord for us into our hearts, because a heart connection is what you make to someone who's no longer in a body. But we as human beings, we fight that because we're hanging on, sweetie, to that idea of somebody being alive.
Yes.
And so he really wants you to let him cut that cord and reconnect it in a way where he can help you to feel closer to him where he's at, because he wants you to feel him near. He wants you to have conversations with him. He wants you to hear him talking back to you, but you're stuck in this sort of earthbound mindset. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
So that's what he wants. He wants you to let him go so that then he can come closer.
Okay.
And to work to release that sadness, honey, because he's worried that it's holding back your human existence right now.
Yes, I'm having a very hard time with it. He was my baby.
Yeah, I know. I know, sweetheart. Yeah. He loves you so much, though.
He does say he loves me so much.
Absolutely. He loves you so much.
I love him so much. I just want to know if he's there when I get there.
If that's what you want, he will stay, he says.
That's what I want.
Okay. He will stay. He will stay and be a guiding spirit for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You take care of you. You take care of you, honey. Remember, when you feel that pressure, when he's cutting that cord, don't fight it, because you can stop it, but don't let it happen. And then you will feel the warmth in your heart and you will know he's reconnected.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate that.
And so much love.
Thank you.
Take care, honey.
You too. Bye.
It's so important. We have to let our loved ones go. Because they want to be near us, but our own stubborn human thing oftentimes blocks them out. We're humans, and I still want to have human love with you. Well, it's okay. Except when somebody's no longer earthbound, it doesn't work that way. So you got to let them go in order to bring them back. And I know sometimes that's hard. When my mom died, as she was dying, I felt this really weird thing in my solar plexus chakra. And, I'd never really lost anybody. I didn't have any relatives but her. So I did not know what this was about. And all I can liken it to is like when you unlace an ice skate, and the laces are coming from both edges. And I panicked because I didn't know what it was. And then I heard Spirit say, she's letting you go. And so she cut that cord as she was dying. And it was the most amazing thing she could have done for me, because it made my grieving process so much easier, because my mom was brilliant. So she knew just what she was doing. And she did this work, so she knew how to do it. But I tried to fight it in the beginning, and then I was like, no, I'm not going to fight it. Yeah. So, yeah. You got to do it. It's another thing to release, right? We're talking about releasing today. Releasing fears around career not happening, everything we got to release. So you got this. All right, let's do another message from Spirit. Let's all send some love to Cheryl, because that's a lot to deal with. Hi.
Hi, so happy to see you today.
I'm glad to see you too. Who are you and where are you coming to me from?
Well, I'm Gabriella and I'm from New York City.
Beautiful. I like how when you said you're from New York City, there was a little New York City head bump there.
Yeah.
Go Tri-State. I'm Connecticut. I'm Tri-State girl too. So exactly.
Yes,
Northeast
imagine.
pride, man.
Yes.
So what's your question for me, sweetheart?
It's more so about the balance of like personal growth and career growth. So
Okay.
lately I've been going through a lot. It's been like a lot emotionally, like draining, and it makes me feel like lost and stuck at this moment of my life, and worrying too much about the future, among other things. So, like, my question is, I want to know how I can overcome this rough patch of my life and see if I'll be able to reach those goals and purpose in my life in the future.
Sure, sure. Do you have any idea where these feelings of being lost are?
Just like not feeling like loss of like where I'm at in life, like just like this point in my life where I don't know where I should go or where I can go, even though like I do have goals, but it's just like I don't see progression. It's kind of like giving me so much anxiety and just like been a
Right.
lot emotionally and just like don't know where to go in that sense.
It looks like this, honey. What when I tap into spirit, what they're telling me is that it's almost like you're trying to make things happen instead of let things happen. Does that make sense?
Right.
As human beings, we're taught like you got to knock on that door, you got to knock it down, you got to make it happen. That's a human concept. Spirit doesn't work that way. Spirit is you have to be prepared. You have to prepare yourself for what you want in life. You have to ask for what you want in life. And then you just wait for spirit to drop it down. My friend calls sky candy, drop it down to you. So I think you need to get out of that mindset of I got to make it happen. Oh my God, it's not happening. Now I have to panic and
Mhm.
just allow it to happen. Just get yourself ready, set the intention that you want it, and then just allow it to happen. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Um,
Yeah.
because that's kind of how you function, right? You push and push and push, and then you get disheartened if things aren't happening the way that they're supposed to. I think you just need to be ready, set the intention, keep telling spirit what you want from your life, and then just trust that they're going to bring it to you. I know that sounds so like airy fairy and weird. Even as I say it, I'm like, that just sounds like I'm on a cloud. But I promise you, it is something that works.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's been a lot like the same thing like what you said about me pushing because I've been so used to that that it's like hard to like stop and like just like let it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So can you do that for me? Just get yourself ready
Okay.
and and then just let it happen. Okay.
Yes.
All right. You're perfect and you're doing great. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
All right. Take care, sweetheart.
Thank you. You too. Thank you so much.
I did the same thing in my life. I grew up a creative and actor, and everybody told me, you go out there and you make it happen. And I was always knocking on all these doors and trying to make things happen, and um, it wasn't working. And I was coming to the middle of my life and feeling perpetually frustrated about it. And then I realized that's just not how it works. It's not about that. It's not about making it happen. It's about allowing it to happen. That is the spiritual way. Okay. All right. So let's say some prayers for Gabriella and also for Mindy who went first. Let's just because those are both kind of career life path things. And I think sometimes we think we only pray for those who have lost loved ones or we're praying for people's health. But we're also praying for people to be happy in their life as well. Does that make sense? All right. Okay, great. All right, let's do another message from Spirit. You guys are awesome. Hi. I see you, but I don't hear you. I think your microphone is off, hon. Charlie, I think your mic's off. Do you see a mic in the corner with a red line through it down at that you're looking at your screen? It's below on the left. Try talking. Is it working? All right, I tell you what, sweetie, try going out and coming back in. I'm going to grab somebody else and then we'll take you. So leave, go out, restart your phone and come back in, okay? Look at me. I know all the StreamYard tricks. Some of them I've learned from my very brilliant engineer and producer, Emery. And some of them I've just figured out from screwing up a lot. And some of them from both. Emery tried to tell me, but I had to screw up a lot and then I figured it out. So it happens. Sometimes you think you're all set to go. I've had it happen here as a I have had it here happen to me as a host. I've had it happen when I'm guesting on other people's shows. I have had it happen. So it's nothing to worry about. Okay. He'll be back in a second. All right, so let's do another message from Spirit. Sorry, I'm having a little technical thing I'm dealing with on my end here. So there we go. Somebody having trouble getting into the studio. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Who are you? Where are you coming in from, sweetheart?
Sandy from St. Augustine, Florida.
Oh, you know, St. Augustine is one of my favorite places in the whole. I think it is such a beautiful place.
Yeah, I moved here for 3 months and then I had to come back. So, yeah.
And it is, correct me if I'm wrong, it is the oldest city in North America, right?
And everybody just found out about it.
And it may be where the Fountain of Youth is. Have you experienced the Fountain of Youth?
Yeah, I've been here for 20 years. So I've worked throughout this town, yes.
Nice. I love that story. What's your question for me, sweetie?
Well, my I don't know, I feel like I went to a spirit. She said I had a bunch of guides behind me and 2 angels. And I feel like one of them were my sisters. She couldn't answer that. And if it's not, I understand. I was just really wanting to know because I feel like I find myself talking to her and she's just always been such a mother hen to me and, you know, in real life. And then when she passed, I'm still trying to figure out the reasons behind it. I kind of understand them and because everything happens for a reason. And that's what I want to know, if that's the reason.
Oh, okay. So when you're talking about your angels, you mean like guiding spirits, right? Like guardian angels, and one of them is your sister.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering, yeah.
And so tell me again what you're wondering about her.
If she's one of my, guiding angels. Guardian angels.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And then is there something, you said there's something surrounding her death?
Well, it's just really weird when she died. My stepdaughter's mother died in March that year. And then my sister died in August that year. And I don't know. I don't think I would have understood what my stepdaughter was going through without my sister. And I just feel like everything happens for a reason because we have to build on that. And I'm just like following the spiritual path, and
good
reassurance kind of helps me on that.
Good for you. We're all connected, right? It's so important to know all the time that we're connected, because I think that collective experience makes the hard times in life much easier than they would be, just knowing that we're not alone.
Yeah, even the numbers surrounding all that were just mind-blowing. I don't know, even like what my husband's mother said the December before all that happened, I don't think y'all should get married this year. It was just crazy year, and I don't know, me and her have been at odds and ends for 6 years. And it was weird. I took her to see her mom's grave like 3 weeks ago. And this is probably like the longest we've ever gotten along. And I felt like somebody was there blocking me. And it was probably her mom. I don't know what broke, but something did. And I don't know if it was me that broke, maybe I was holding on to stuff. I don't know. So that's
Yeah, I
why.
think this has definitely been a time of releasing for you. And I see a lot more releasing coming.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's so good, because so funny how I talked about releasing at the beginning of the show, and so many people today have releasing stuff, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be so much happier when you get all of this released. It's a long time coming for you to start letting all this stuff go, sweetheart.
Right. I was
And this
deeper.
next year is going to be even more of it. So I hope you're not sick of it, because more releasing is coming. And I know it can be difficult. It can almost be like vomiting in a way, right? But you always feel better after, like vomiting. You always feel better afterwards.
If I knew he was behind me on this and I know the direction of all of it, then you know what I mean? So I just find myself talking to her, and they say your subconscious does all that, and I don't even know it. I'm just like, am I going crazy? You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah, it's all for good, sweetie.
Yeah.
It's 100% all for good, and you have to trust and believe in that, okay?
Yeah.
And you're going to be okay. Just know that don't get freaked out if you feel it again.
Right.
There's a little more releasing to come.
Okay. And is that how I get closer to all that?
Yes. Yes.
That's what I'm.
And know that your sister's helping you to get the closure by bringing you the release, by encouraging you. She can't release for you. You have to do that, but she can prompt and encourage you to release.
By what? Telling me to do certain things or go certain places or be in a certain...
Yeah, so that you can let things go. Was your stepdaughter's mother, were you close?
No.
Okay.
Close enough to, come pick her up this weekend kind of thing. You know what I mean? She had it's a deep story. It really
because she looks like she's guiding you as well, but I knew it was going to be a surprise because you weren't that close.
Well, the weird thing is, because when I went to that psychic, she said, is there a Beverly around you? And that's my husband's last name, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, because it was a strong female presence. She kept saying that.
Yes, it's her.
And that's Tammy Durling, because that's just like all of her, dude. And I don't know. And that's probably where me and her were blocked for as long as we were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, because it was really weird how that got unblocked in one day, and we haven't fought since. We fought and hate each other, slamming doors. I mean, whatever teenagers do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just weird how that went away in one day.
Yeah. So those are your two guiding spirits. So now you know. One predictable and one not predictable, but that's what you got.
Graveyard, and I'm like, well, is this it? I mean, what is this?
Yep.
So,
I don't know. Good shape, sweetheart. I appreciate you. It's going to be okay. Just keep letting the releasing happen, okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Take care, darling. So important to release, friends. I cannot even tell you the importance of releasing. You got to let it come, okay? Got to let that releasing come. Let it out. If it stays all bunged up inside of you, that's when problems happen. So you got to let it go. All right, let's do another message from Spirit. Hi. Hello? Charlie?
Oh, sorry.
There you are. Hi, friend. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Where are you from, darling?
I'm from Walnut Creek, California.
Beautiful. And where is what's your question for me today?
It's a big one.
Okay.
But I really wanted to delve in this year and search on what my main purpose is in this life.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you?
No, you didn't.
Okay. So what Spirit is telling me is you've been through a lot in your life. There's a lot that's gone on with you.
Yeah.
And it's so that you can show other people by example how they can survive and make their lives better by showing them everything that you have survived.
Okay.
So what you're supposed to be doing now is just keep walking your path, just keep getting better, just keep overcoming the obstacles, and then an offer, a situation, an opportunity is going to present itself to you that allows you to help others, to help guide others who are in similar situations that you've been in.
Okay.
And that's your main purpose. You know, my mama used to say, everything has to happen. She was talking about her own horrible childhood. Everything had to happen to me so I could be a teacher for others. And that if it hadn't happened to me, I wouldn't be the same kind of teacher. And that's the kind of message that Spirit's giving me, that you need to experience all of this, overcome it, you know, make lemonade out of lemons, and then you're going to turn around and be somebody who helps to coach other people to get through the same stuff.
Okay.
And you're going to be so good at it, sweetheart. You are going to be so beautiful and so great at it. And I'm so proud of you already.
Thank you.
So you just keep walking your path, hon, and everything's going to be okay. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet. You're in good shape, Charlie. Take care.
All right. Take care, Sheena.
I'm glad he overcame the StreamYard problem, because sometimes StreamYard is, it's a studio software you use. Sometimes it's your best friend, and sometimes it's your worst enemy. And sometimes within 5 minutes, it can go from being one to being the other. So when I first started doing shows, guest spots on other people's shows on StreamYard, before I started working for a network that used it, which I worked for before PARAPOD, I could never hear anyone. They could hear me, but I couldn't hear them. And I used to always have to wear these goofy, you know, earbuds with the thing that comes down and you look like you're wearing a helmet. But then one day that just went away. Who knew why? There didn't be any rhyme or reason for it. Just one day it went away. So life is strange. If you'd like to be a guest on this show, and boy, I'd love to have you. We book about a month in advance. Send me a text message, 818-437-0886. Get to know me. Let's say hello. If you're interested in booking a private session with me, same place. Please visit my website and learn more about me, sheenametalspiritual.com, and find me everywhere on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and X. I am just at Sheena Metal. So yay! All right. And that being said, let's do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hi, Sheena.
Who are you, sweetheart, and where are you coming to me from?
I'm Kylie, and I'm from Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Beautiful. And what is your question for me today?
My question is, does my uncle have any messages for me? Because I've been trying to reach out for a very long time, and I haven't really gotten anything from him.
Oh, he's talking to me all about you believing more in you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's talking about self-confidence, how you need to get more of that.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to think more of yourself, and you need to believe more in yourself, that you belong here and you're exactly where you're supposed to be, and anything you want, you are capable of.
Okay.
Is that a message he would have passed to you when he was alive? He thinks maybe you might be a little surprised by that message.
I am a little surprised. I don't feel like that's something that he would really say, but I think it kind of makes sense a little bit, so.
Well, remember, when they pass, they're not really their earthbound selves anymore.
Yeah.
They're their energetic self. And oftentimes they'll pass a message that has to do with your well-being, because what they're doing is they're passing a message from Spirit to you.
Mm-hmm.
They sort of become the go-between, you know?
Yeah.
But that's what he's talking about. Things in your life that made you maybe not have the self-confidence that you should have.
Yeah.
Were you close?
Very close, but the year before his passing, we didn't really get to talk as much, so it was kind of very unexpected, so just being able to hear from him is a lot.
Yeah, that's what he's showing. He's showing that you were very close, but then he's also showing some distance. But he never felt distance from you in his heart.
No, it wasn't really, the distance between us wasn't really chosen by us. It was more of other family members.
Yeah, he's just showing earthbound distance, but not emotional distance.
Yes.
Was there someone in the family that didn't like him?
I wouldn't go as far to say didn't like him, but there was just a lot of drama with another person in our
Yeah.
family, and there was just a lot of stuff going on at that time before he passed. So it just was kind of hard to speak to him.
Yeah, he felt like there was somebody that did not like him in the family, a
That
female family member.
that's so funny you say that.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, my mom, his sister, and him
Okay.
didn't really get along that well, especially right before he passed, because he had a lot of things to say and she didn't like what he was saying, so they
Yeah.
didn't.
Well, here's another weird thing. He's saying that she didn't like how close he was to you.
That would make sense. She's a very she has a very jealous personality, and yeah.
And it weirded her out. Like she thought he must be doing some kind of like bamboozling on you of some kind to get you to be so close to him, and honestly closer to him than you were to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that explains that. He's laughing. He said, I didn't want to get into all that. I just wanted to tell her to love herself, but okay. He
Yeah,
thought
no,
maybe that might help you more believe it was him.
that's something he would say.
Anyway, sweetie, please take his advice and know that he's always with you and he loves you so much, okay?
Alrighty, thank you so much, Sheena.
Take care, sweetheart. Nice to talk to you.
Bye.
Bye, hun. You know, our loved ones that have passed, they have such beautiful messages for us. But it's oftentimes not what we're expecting. We're oftentimes expecting something that's very earthbound, messages about earthbound things. They want to see us be just the way that we were on Earth. And I think sometimes they're also almost disappointed by the celestial self. I think with my mom, I always tapped into her celestial self. So when she passed, her celestial self didn't surprise me at all. But I think with some folks, it's a little bit of a surprise. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about that. But it seems like people get surprised sometimes when I'm doing sessions where they expect their person to be the earthbound person. All right, let's do another message from Spirit. I'm so glad people are getting the answers they seek today. That makes me super excited. Hi.
Well, hello, Sheena.
How are you?
Hi.
Tell us all who you are and where you're coming in from.
Yes, I'm Rena, and I'm in Mesquite, Texas, which is just outside of Dallas.
Beautiful. I love Dallas. I'm planning to come there either later this year or early next year for a weekend and teach some workshops and have some fun.
Oh, that would be fun.
Maybe do a seance or two.
Okay, now you're getting my attention.
What's your question for me today, sweetheart?
Yes. So my question is just, everything has been up in the air for me lately. I've had a job loss. I've had a lot of emotional things happen. There's a lot of just uncertainty right now as far as financial stability and the best place for my family to live and being able to afford that and find it. And there's a lot of things that are just not in my control right now. And I'm a Taurus and I don't like that. I like the stability and I like to know what's going on in my life. And this is like the first time in 20 years that I've been without a job. And so I'm like, okay, how the hell do I do this too? So I'm just, looking for some guidance. Is like, do I continue and look for the same kind of job that I had before? Do I try something different? And kind of just like, when are things finally going to freaking settle down? And like, I can breathe. And because I haven't been able to breathe and it feels like a couple years now. So
I would leave everything so open as far as career path. I mean,
okay.
Do what you've always done if you choose because it's safe, but please don't rule out other things, new opportunities. It may just be charm. Well, Spirit has put you into this place of giant shift, right? Everything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
At one time. Maybe take advantage of that shift to follow your heart and soul to pursue something new.
Yeah.
Sometimes spirit shakes things up when it's time for a change.
I think sometimes they try to kick me out of my
Right.
comfy spot, you know,
You
like,
don't like change at all.
no, not too much. I like the security feel of it, you know, and like to know what's going on. I don't like the iffiness of, you know, just all. I like to know what to expect in my life, and it just doesn't ever happen that way, you know.
Right, right. No, yeah, I totally understand that. Yeah, you need to definitely it's very important that you start exploring some new things in your life, in all aspects of your life.
Gotcha.
It's time to go out and try to see who this next phase of you is.
Okay, that's a good way to put it. I've been feeling kind of yeah, things a little different and almost like I don't know. Somebody said, "Are you having a midlife crisis?" I was like, "I don't know." You know, like it's just
Okay.
whatever.
I mean,
I mean,
maybe
probably.
a midlife crisis isn't a crisis. Maybe it's a midlife shift. Spirit says,
Yes.
okay, you've reached this certain part of your life. Now shift. You know what I mean? I always say that the two biggest shifts that I had in my life were 2 weeks before my 24th birthday and then 2 weeks before my 49th birthday. So basically my 25 shift and my 50 shift. So
Gotcha.
somewhere around 75, there's probably going to be another one. I hope it's not like, surprise, you're dead, but it's going to be something. You know, sometimes spirit decides, you know, this is the next phase of your life, even if you haven't decided that yet. And it's definitely, you're a Taurus, so you would like to do the same thing every day. No change, no change, no change. And spirit has just decided, sorry, sweetheart, I know you like no change.
I know, and I'm stubborn about the no change. I can be very
Yes.
stubborn about the, you know. So yes.
But you know what? You were also kind of bored in that job.
Oh, what? I'm sorry.
You're also kind of bored in that job.
Shut up. Who told you that?
You were bored in that job, Rena.
Who told you that, man?
I'm spirit told me that, and now I'm telling everybody in the world. It was time for it to go, and you never would have done it on your own.
I so agree with that 100%. I just had a spiritual spanking, I think.
Yeah. So allow the shifts that spirit is bringing to you. Ask for what you want next. Do not be fearful of it being something different, and just wait, and spirit will take care of you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You bet, sweetheart. I'm here when you need me.
Appreciate it.
You bet.
Take care.
What great people today. What a lovely show with lovely people today. Yeah, sometimes, what is it? So some people, what is the word? Some people seek change and some people have change thrust upon them. And that's sometimes if you're not making the change you're supposed to make, spirit like picks you up like a mama kitten picks her kitty up by the scruff and just plunks you into the change. It happens. So, yeah. All right. Sending you absolutely so much love. And it's going to be okay. We don't always need to have everything figured out. We don't always need to know everything. And I'm a person who I like when something is stable and wonderful in my life. Yeah, I'm the same way. Let's not ever have any change, especially in my primary relationships, because I have a Taurus Venus. So in my relationships with people, I'm like, oh, I love you. Let's never change it. But man, that's not the lesson. The lesson is change happens. People change. Change. You know, so yeah. All right, let's do another message from spirit. Hi. How are you, sweetheart? Who are you? Where are you coming to me from?
I'm Kim from Modesto, California.
Beautiful. And what's your question for me, love?
Basically, I just want to know if this dark entity, whatever I'm dealing with, if I can handle it or if he's kind of above my pay grade. I'm pretty new at this. So.
I think it's above your pay grade.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
I also think your gifts right now and your inability to really grasp them is totally a little bit above your pay grade. I think you would super benefit from an energetic cleanse.
Okay.
Maybe with a barrier protection against this thing,
Okay.
protecting your chakras from this thing. And I want you to not engage it too much, just because the more
I
you
can't play
engage it,
with spirits.
no, the more you engage it, the
I
more it
know, I
flares
know.
up because it's gotten attention.
I know.
It
He
really needs
wins.
your
There's no
attention.
battle. I don't want a battle.
No, ignore it. Block it out. It's on ignore.
Yeah.
Put it on ignore.
I've basically done that, but it gets hard to ignore because there's other people that come, and then I start, doing the thing we do, and he starts kind of getting mad at me, telling me to knock it off, and so I'm just done.
Definitely don't do any spirit box, spirit board, pendulum, ghost talker. Let's not do any of that, because you're just giving it a platform, honey, to continue to get attention.
Yeah,
and it will take every last bit of attention that you will give it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, thank you so much.
And then let's think about maybe getting a cleanse at some point.
Oh no, yeah, I'm gonna book a private because this goes pretty deep.
Yeah, let's work it. Yeah, because there's
right.
some personal attachments to you with this. There's some things inside of you, and it all needs to be worked through. But for now, let's do number one step is you keep your vibration high and you ignore this thing.
Got it. Thank you, love.
All right. Take care, sweetheart. You're going to be great. Everything's going to be okay.
Bye.
If you want to book a private session with me, send me a text message, 818-437-0886, or you can also email me if you need to, or if you're out of the country, you can WhatsApp me. 1 is my country code, 818-437-0886. All those things also go with if you'd like to be a guest on the show. Please visit my website, sheenametalspiritual.com, and let's get to know each other better and be in touch. And of course, I'm everywhere on social media. Please follow me: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and X. I'm at Sheena Metal. I'm Sheena Metal, and this is Messages from Spirit, only on PARAPOD TV. Thank you to Tony Sweet, the beautiful mind behind PARAPOD TV, and to my wonderful engineer and producer, Emery, who is truly the wind beneath my wings. And until I see you next time, you can do these things for me. Seek peace, live in love, lead with kindness, embrace unity, always work to raise your vibration as well as affect the vibration of those around you so that you can both affect the vibration of the everything. And most importantly, remember that you are love and you are loved and you are so loved by me. I'm Sheena Metal. This is Messages from Spirit. We'll see you next Wednesday at 2:00 Pacific time, only on PARAPOD TV. Until then, stay beautiful, and I'll see you soon.